Hey everyone, I know I just went live. Just wanted to bring in some of this, talk a little bit about this update news. This won't be a very long live, I promise that. Give me one sec, you guys. All right. Sorry, I had to close my window because I can be very loud sometimes. Shout out to everybody in the chat. This won't be a very long live, but I wanted to have a conversation here. So we all heard, yes, happy Sunday. Let me shout all the beautiful members out that were here. Vicky needs power. Shout out to Vicky. Don't look back. Auntie, I've been waiting on you to cover this. Like what the I know, Auntie. Ooh, we gotta talk a little bit about that because a lot of people are speculating different things, and I understand. I understand. But we'll talk about that. SW Bunny, Anna, how are you? Yes, everybody hit that like button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I read an article that said that Al made up the entire story. Really? Where did you read that article from? Can you send me the link, please? This is my email. Let me show you my email. Hold up. This is the email right here if you want to shoot me that article. Um, I'd like to look into it. SW, welcome. Yes, wife, welcome. Oh, I there was a lot of people that were gifting yesterday. I know SW was gifting Chico, Peekaboo. Who else? There were several people that were gifting. Emily. It's been a lot of people. TLC, Anna, everybody, come on in, come on in, come on in. Give me one sec, yo. Now everybody calls me on the phone. One sec. Okay. Sorry about that. My phone was going off. Okay. Let's see. Liz, how are you? Yes, everybody. Everybody, come on in, come on in. I'm just looking at the chat. Nichole, thank you for coming through. D-Lane, Marie, Darcy, Ruby Red, welcome. Itzhak's baby girl in the house, Train Monkey, Jennifer, everybody. I don't want a username. It's been a minute. I hope you're doing well. Oh my God, Tammy, how are you? Wow. Dirty Beach, Cooch, shout out to you. Glory T. Marie, Zena with Fire, everybody. Good afternoon. How are you? Vic, my phone's going off and it's like right when I'm live. It always happens. Zoya, um, how are you, love? Welcome, welcome. Is it Peaky? Peaky XXX? That's a cute name. Bama, thank you. Speculation. Shauna L. All these beautiful members. You guys, welcome, welcome. I think I got everybody for the most part. So let's talk. Well, we got 200 and some people in the house already. Let's have a conversation because let me tell you how the story broke. There was a lady here that who I was sent screenshots from by the name of Janice Roger from WBRC, okay, who put out there that Carlee was found, okay. Sadly, still no news on what happened to her, and we still don't have that news. She further put out that I just got confirmation from Angela Harris that Carlee Russell is alive. More details as I get them. And then she puts out, again, this was 3 hours ago. Many of us are waking up to the news that Carlee Russell is thankfully alive. Yes, still a lot of questions, but her family nightmare of not knowing where she is over. Angela Harris, Ania's mom, called me just before 11 last night that Carlee showed up at the Russell home. She described her as okay, but perhaps in shock. Paramedics arrived and took her to UAB. Angela did not feel appropriate to ask any more questions at that time, and Hoover police have released no new details about where she's been since that 911 call Thursday night. I'm co-anchoring with Russell this morning, hoping to learn more. But right now, just so thankful that she's been found. And this is the lady for those that are wanting to know where these Facebook posts came from, right over here. Um, I don't know. And a lot of people have said theories. Let me tell you something. Thank you. Oh, is she? She's our Fox affiliate morning person on the news. Okay. It's very easy for us to come up with all kinds of theories and what happened. Where's the baby? Of course, that was my question too. Was where's this baby? It's very simple for us to speculate. Man, it's human nature for us to speculate all kinds of things. I'm at the belief that she's been found and she's going to and police are going to investigate because resources were used, man hours were put in, of course, and various people were reporting on this story at this time. I believe that before we come up with some speculation about what didn't happen, who lied, who did what, and all that other stuff, that we allow the chips to fall where they may. You know what I'm saying? Allow her to give her statement, allow police to conclude their investigation because what happened, what has been alleged and put out there is very severe. Okay. You put a whole, Alabama as a whole, a lot of people were put in there and said, we got to find out, is it human trafficking? What's going on? A lot of great people have put in their time. So I'm at that belief that before I come up with the conclusion, I'm gonna sit down and eat my food and observe what's going on. That's just how I roll. I also am of the belief that I am at least, I'm very much victim focused. So when somebody is victim focused, they allow the information to be and then come up with the conclusion. You know what I'm saying? That's just, shout out to Burnt Sticky Buns who I played your video yesterday. You did an awesome video and I put your link in the chat so people can check you out. Y'all check out this girl who put some time in to the video. Thank you. It is. I'm not ready to decide yet. I get it that we had the whole, Rudy Farias situation happen and that is even up for speculation. Give me one sec, guys. Baby Bunny's protesting right now. That is even up for speculation. I get it. I get it. A lot of us are, that is our nature. When we don't know any better, we tend to speculate or we want to conclude something. I sit down and I'm going to wait, allow her to make up her situation, to allow us what's going on, what needs to be told. I think it's just natural for us to go there. We have to be, if you people that are wanting to report on these stories, okay, it is very easy to get a click in the view from calling this a hoax when law enforcement hasn't really concluded their investigation yet. Rabbit, do you really think that we will hear anything more of this? I hope so. I hope so. Family went, they used their social media and said, we need somebody to help us out with this situation. We need people to help us out with this situation. And so I think that at the very least, the family's going to give some type of explanation as to what happened if something happened. At the end of the day, to me, she is still a victim. Okay, she, she ended up at her house. I just want to know that those that are speculating different things, would you have wanted her to have ended up dead? Is that the case? Would it have satisfied the masses that she had been found dead somewhere? That's really the question. Is that what y'all wanted? Would that have sufficed? Did y'all want to see somebody end up dead? Isn't it a whole person of the whole situation of us talking about the story and or finding or putting out, her information is for her to have been to find her, right? Or would it have sufficed for her to have been found dead? That's really what it comes down to. This is why I say take your seat back, take a seat back, and maybe consume the information as it comes, and then determine where to go from there. I'm just saying. Exactly. That's what. Let's be happy that she's been found. What cynicism? Because it's like, whoa, wait a minute. Would it have been like all right, she made it to her house. We don't know what happened. All we know is that she's in shock. What about this baby? That's what we're wanting to know. Was the baby a ruse? That's what we want to know. Would you guys have preferred for her to have been found dead and that would have sufficed the masses? Oh, now we could have really had some outrage. No, she's alive. She's at the hospital. She's getting treatment, and we're going to go from there. And we will determine from there whether this was a hoax or not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. This girl has a professional life. She's educated. I mean, why do we assume the worst, right? Why do we assume that that this is a hoax? Ain't that just like dangerous mentality in a way to someone that y'all don't even know the whole story? You don't know the whole story. B, we don't know what led up to it. C, law enforcement has given us very limited details to what happened exactly. So why assume that, this is a hoax because she walked home? She was able, we don't know if she escaped. We don't know if she was dropped off. We don't know if she was raped. We don't know shit. But y'all wanted somebody to die. That's what it was, right? Exactly, Nini. Thank you for saying that. That's where we're gonna go. I personally have not even made my mind on anything. We don't know. Exactly. That's what kills me. Why are we running with the hoax theory when we don't know? Her parents were way too upset. Exactly. Exactly. Right. This is what I'm saying. I'm telling you, the masses would have been satisfied had she had been found dead. That's what it was. Y'all just wanted another number, another statistic, another like what? Come on. I said what I said. That's how I feel. And that's a good question. Nothing on the babe. That's a great question. I was wondering the same thing. Thank you. Thank you. Be patient. Police investigations don't happen on your time. Victims don't come out and say statements on our time. If anything, it is what it is. We don't know. And some people have said that too, Tracy Ann, that they would rather say it's more of a mental health. Well, do we even know that? But I mean, I can understand we would why that would even be brought up as well. I don't know. I'm happy she's been alive. I'm happy. But I would have to agree with this comment is that it's instant cynicism because she survived. That's what I'm saying. That's what gets me. It's like everybody is a expert of how victims should be acting or how victims should be doing. We don't know what we don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it's best to just give grace and say, you know what? Thank God that this girl was found. This girl came to her house, but we don't know what the trauma was. How do y'all know she wasn't raped and then dumped there? Maybe they were like, well, they're gonna look for her. The social media outrage is out there. They're gonna look for her. We better just cover our tracks. That could have happened. How do we know that the whole baby thing, she really didn't see a baby and maybe saw someone helpless that she thought was a child? That's another thing too. Allow allow the investigation to happen before we fluidly, excuse me, before we just come up with some conclusion. That's how we do it. Because otherwise, everything else that we do after that is dangerous. Any mom mentality, any misinformation that we put out there is dangerous. Y'all, be careful. We don't know. We don't know if she was drugged. We don't know anything. It was crazy because I was listening to some people say, well, no, she set this up and her boyfriend set this up and everybody set this up. I said, damn, is anybody glad that she's okay? Y'all wonder why people don't come out and say anything or talk or give their victim story? Exactly. We don't know. And you know what? And it's unfortunate though, because there are those stories out there, like what is it, Sherry Papini, for example. Those that have, you know, like the Gone Girl hoax type of situation where it's like, there are those people out there that stage things or do things. And it does kind of make us a little cynical about what we see moving forward. What I'm just telling you guys is take a step back, sit down and eat your food and observe. and then go from there. And we will definitely talk about it when there's more to this investigation. Otherwise, everything that's being put out there is to defame, tarnish the character of this young girl that honestly, for all we know, she's a victim. Exactly. It's crazy to me because I do think, Vic, you make such a good point. It's like some people immediately want something to be angry about. Immediately. People want something to be angry about versus really sitting down and thinking, damn, like she could have really gone through some stuff, you know? Exactly, Stormy. Exactly. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. As soon as you just sit down and eat your food. Come on, sit down and eat your. Let's go eat our food. Let's sit down and eat. I'm telling you, I got 580 some people here. You guys just do me a favor, sit down and eat your food, and just allow the things to happen, and be careful who is like. Just start observing who's more victim focused, who's more concerned about victims versus somebody that's just concerned about the narrative that this is a hoax. Like we definitely have to be mindful of that. She's been found alive. She's alive. And this can happen to anybody. Exactly. 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 Right. And that's the thing is we don't know if the baby, that was another thing. We really don't know. And there is some sketch vehicles on that highway. One has no taillight. One has its hazards on and slower than the rest of the traffic. We see so much, but we see little. Thank God she's safe now. Thank you, Brianna, for the 9.99. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, yo, like it's the audacity. Don't jump to a conclusion when y'all don't even have the answers. We don't we don't have the answers. And I'm pretty sure that law enforcement will come out and they'll say their statement. I think people can be realistic. If there was a child involved, there would be a manhunt for that child at this point because it would either be a loss or in danger. That doesn't mean it was a hoax. Thank you. Exactly. Really? Well, there's that. A family member came and spoke on panel last night. Wow, that's awesome. I didn't think it was a hoax hearing this case. I've been hoping she wasn't unalive and was so excited about the dispatch call yesterday. People, us, dogs, kids, and exactly. They use dogs, kids, anybody, women. Y'all remember the article that Mel Ickamels had this article. This happened in Alabama too. Female hitchhiker. Turns out that, and then her 5-year-old son had a gun too. This is people get down in different ways. You know, it's the audacity. Thank you. Yes, please hit that thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You do think we can rule out endangered child at this point? Yeah, and I'm wondering how that plays into the investigation as well. Um, how that all plays into. Thank you. She's a beautiful young lady with a bright future. I hope whatever the story is, that her life continues at an amazing path. And media and social media try not to derail that. That's right. Yeah, man. You guys are making like people make it hard on social media to come out and give any kind of statement or say anything or tell their story. And I get it. Like, I get that sometimes we have to, um, like, we have to what's the word? We have to be able to have an understanding and maybe look at things in a critical eye. Completely understand that. But not everything, not everybody is a hoax. Not everybody is a Sherry Papini or Sherry Papini, that's her name, right? The lady who faked her kidnapping to have an affair with the man. Yeah. Exactly. Sit down and eat your pizza. Sit down and eat your eggs. Sit down and drink your coffee. Can we just sit down? Let's just wait, you know? Exactly. Law enforcement will have to follow. Y'all don't think law enforcement is pressured to find things out? If this, I don't know about you guys, but if there was a hoax here, there would be probably charges coming about this. Do you really think that a 25-year-old young woman who has a whole career to herself, right? If you guys have checked her profile, graduate, I honestly do not think that this is something that would have been made up. But that's just me putting the victim first. And until I hear something else, then I'm gonna take whatever information is out there and then consume it. You know? I don't think anyone's saying the possibility isn't there. We don't know. We need to just wait for more details before we make assumptions that could exactly harmful to victims. Exactly. Exactly. Just sit down. Sit down and eat your food. See, Brianna's like, I'm gonna sit down and eat my arroz con mariscos in the fridge. I can eat while I wait. Definitely. Let's just sit down and wait. Let's eat our food and sit down and wait. That's all. And people want answers within 5 minutes. Exactly. Yes, Hoover PD did make the statement officially. Let me pull that from Twitter so those that are wondering. Um, Hoover PD. Let's look at Hoover PD real quick. Yes, they made it 3 hours ago, and I'll show it to you guys. It's an official statement. Um, Here it is. For those that are wondering, let me get smaller. Missing person Carlee Russell has been located at 10:45 p.m. The Hoover 911 center received a call that Carlee returned home to her residence. Police responded to the scene to investigate this latest development in the case. Hoover fire medics responded to the scene to access Carlee and transported her to a local hospital for evaluation. Additional information will be provided when it becomes available. Let me tweet this while I'm here. Yeah, so that's additional confirmation coming from the police. You know what I'm saying? You know, uh, I'm looking at you. You guys are messy in these comments. Look at this. I like that microwaved answers. And that's what they're going to give us. The people on white on YouTube, not from the area, using Google Maps and stuff, trying to be investigators, contribute to the story. I live here, laughing as I was hearing them completely wrong facts. Well, there you go. Kuya, this is why you don't it's hard to like report stories like this because you never really do know. And I think that this has been one rough week. Okay, it truly has been for the true crime community. You got the whole Rudy Farias situation. Another good thing is that we caught somebody on the manhunt. Was it yesterday? I think his name is Michael. Is it Berman? Michael. He was on the run too. Then you had the whole Zav girl situation, and then you have like it's been a tough week this week with a lot of stories and a lot about what's going on. That's 98% of YouTube. LOL. Well, there you go. Exactly. Thank you. I'm glad she got coverage, and she did. Anybody in such circumstances deserve coverage. Anybody, black or white, they all deserve. Everybody, you know. Are you? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm glad that they caught that man. I heard. We're gonna talk about that. I'll probably go live later. We're gonna talk about that. When you have a 13.3 million channel, penguins call you out. You're not even at 100K, definitely not at 90 at this point. That's say something. Yes. Yes, right. Some things we aren't owed answers to. If she does need help, there's no shame in that, and she deserves privacy with that stuff. Absolutely. I'm glad she went straight to the hospital. Something happened, whether or not she is ready to talk about it. Absolutely, Cat D. Yeah, and this is why I say when I was hearing people calling this a hoax. I said, "Oh, I get it. You are the channels that wanted this girl to be found dead. Y'all wanted this girl to be found dead. That's what it is." So that it aided to whatever narrative versus really thinking about, let's put our heads together and figure out how to put more awareness out there. Those that are calling, like, sit back and analyze it. They're so quick to call it a hoax when law enforcement is still investigating. The girl hasn't even given a statement. Are you sure those are the ones that were really concerned about her? Are you sure those aren't the ones that were like wanting this girl to be found dead? Hmm. Interesting. Then why are we even looking? Why? Why? Yeah, I mean, you just gotta, I mean, just observe. Just observe. It's the audacity for me. It's the audacity on top of the audacity, you know? I'm just saying. I don't know. And and Stacey, and a lot of people are saying that, and I'm like, well, why? Why is it giving us that vibe? Some people are just saying, that's the kind of vibe it's giving me. But why? Why is it giving you that vibe? We don't know if she would. What if she was raped? I mean, come on now. That's what I'm saying. They wanted her to be dead, but wanted Gabby to be found alive. Make it make sense. That's the thing. It's like we can't have any good news. Just let this girl heal, okay? Let this girl go to the hospital, get whatever she needs to get done, and go from there. Right? Girl found, it's a hoax. Found dead, it's a law enforcement issue. Found dead, it's an issue of me. That's what I'm saying. It's like you can't really win in this. She's been found alive. You know? Can we be happy about that? I would assume so. I would assume, right? Like we don't know. Right. Right. I just wanted to know if she was, and that's a good, I'm still wondering the same question. Like what, the whole child situation, for all we know, maybe a child was used to lure her. Maybe it was. And it's so crazy to me because I'm telling you, if I was driving that car and I saw a baby in a highway, a child, a 7-year-old, a 10-year-old, shoot, I would even look at the mirror if I saw a man walking down the highway, because a highway is a dangerous place to walk to. I wouldn't have stopped my car, but you're talking about a child. A lot of us would have stopped. A lot of us would have had something to say about this. It's just nature. And I know some people say, well, this is a lesson for us not to stop. Yeah, it's an unfortunate thing, but I've seen situations where people have been ambushed, where kids are used, animals are used. I mean, growing up, it was like if you see somebody with a little dog and they ask you to pet the little or help them find their lost little dog, that's for a kid. Immediately, like that was used too. So it's like, people play on our emotions a lot, to victimize us. This is a huge thing. Hmm. Yeah. Can we choose to celebrate? It's Sunday. Can we choose to celebrate that she's been found alive? Let's just celebrate that. And then whatever comes out of that news, comes out of that news, and we'll go from there. I choose to celebrate that she's been found alive before calling everything a hoax. I choose to celebrate that she's been found alive before saying that, well, she was whatever conclusion I can make in my head. Exactly. And how come no one saw the baby all except Carlee? How come the surveillance shows no one there except Carlee? The math. Well, moderator, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe she thought she saw something what looked to be a child. I don't know. But see, I'm not Carlee, so I can't answer for her. But I'm happy that she's been found alive. We don't know until we know. Period. We don't know until we know. Yes, exactly. Sometimes creators are best not to theorize and stick to facts. It's hard, Catherine. I will say that. I mean, I've done a couple of theories here and there, but it's hard. You know what? You talk to everybody on that highway. How do you know you? Ooh, how do you know that? You talk to everybody on that highway, right? There's a lot of cars on that highway. We don't know. Maybe some people saw a baby and didn't stop. Maybe they were like, nah, man, that's somebody's kid, but I'm not stopping. It's a highway. It's not like there's like people are just going. And it was at 9:30, 34 at night? It's a highway. Why did she see a baby and nobody else did, right? Something. It's a highway, you know? I'm sure that they'll probably will at some point. No, law enforcement made a statement already. Law enforcement made a statement for sure. No, we are asking about the baby. We just said that. Just like the tragedy pimps wishing the next missing child be in Hawaii. That's dumb. These channels are thirsty. They need content. If the girl survives, they don't. What did you say? I'm sorry. They don't get paid. So I'm saying, would it have been better for her to have been found dead? Is that what everybody wanted? Just a question. Just a question. Yeah, a lot of people weren't looking for a baby on the side of the highway in the dark. So no one expects that. Exactly, Mike M. You don't expect to see a baby in the dark, you know? No baby had been reported missing. So law enforcement wasn't even like out there looking or anything like that for a baby. So yeah, I understand that. Just we need to hear the people perpetuating these hoaxes, not the victim of them. Even if it was staged, I don't judge it. It means she has some extreme desperation, and that alone is serious. Well, we don't know, moderator. We don't know if that's what it was. We don't know. Yo, y'all, can y'all give her a time to do a statement? Can you guys allow her to be in the hospital and get the evaluation that she needs? How about we just sit down and drink our coffee or eat our food, you know? Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Aaron. Exactly. Y'all pray for her to be alive, right? Some creators will run in circles for weeks on end and do so much damage. She's alive. That's the important part, right? Exactly. Exactly. Thank you. Theorizing is fine. Just don't make a decision on the matter without facts. Absolutely. Right, Merna. It's like seriously. I mean, it's just sad. Let's see. All that matters is that she's alive. Absolutely. Can you guys do me a favor? Cynthia, thank you for the $10. Can you guys drop some hearts? I mean, look, it's Sunday. She's been found alive. If you agree, let's sit down and eat our food and wait until a statement is made or there's more to this investigation. I promise you, I'll be back to talk about it. Drop some hearts in the chat if you agree that we need to sit down and eat our food. Let me know. Let me know. If we need to sit down and eat our food and wait and observe, just look at this. Look at all these hearts. You know? Gotcha. No, you're fine, moderator. My point is, Rabbit, asking questions doesn't mean I'm not concerned for her. Asking questions is not making a decision. It's asking questions respectfully. I completely agree. I don't disagree with that. I have a lot of questions. I just haven't quite asked them yet because we don't have enough information, right? And I don't even know what my questions would be. I mean, there's a lot, but where do I start? So I completely agree with you, moderator. I just think that we need to let's sit down and just allow the information to, you know what I'm saying? Like let's get the information, you know? Thank you. Look at all these beautiful hearts. I know, right? I'm grateful she's been found. Grateful she's been found. That's all. I mean, I get it. I get it. Cynthia, thank you for the $10, love. You know, that's fine. I disagree by the way of the video. It's leaning towards this being a fabrication. Right, but remember who made the video? She didn't make the video. The video is like whatever cam dash footage that they got from there. But we don't know. We don't know. We don't know. It doesn't bring attention to the possibilities, to the real possibility of these doors and make you discuss the right way to approach them. I like that comment right there. Thank you. I'm sure if a kidnapper was involved, law enforcement would be warning people about the suspect. Anyone brave enough to snatch someone from a very busy interstate should be considered armed and dangerous. You know, if that's happening there, that's a good point too, right? Don't be stopping at interstates. If you see a baby, absolutely call 911. But I'm gonna tell you, I probably would have stopped. I probably would have stopped. I would have parked my car and stopped. You know, that's just how I am. That's it. See? See, this is what I'm talking about. Don't don't get caught. People get ambushed. In Mexico at the border crossing, there are women holding dolls trying to pull at heartstrings. That's true. That's true. So, you know, that's fine. Maybe we don't, but we don't know. We don't know. But I'm gonna sit down and wait for more to come out. I would, right, Big Daddy Conrad. I would have stopped. I would have stopped. I would have, because that's just me. You know, I would have stopped without question. But moving forward, clearly you can't do anything. The update is that she has been found. Law enforcement did a statement. And so for those that are wanting to know where to find it on Hoover PD on Twitter. It is right there. Right there. Yeah. Okay, Mama. Well, I am going to head out because I got to go tend to baby bunny. That's kind of where we're going to come back and talk about the story again, right? Once there's more information, if there's like a new update. But what I'm saying to you guys is before we jump into a conclusion that this is a hoax, hey, she's alive. Let's be happy about that. She's been found alive. We don't know what trauma she's been through. We don't know what exactly has been said, whether she returned or was found alive or whatever the story may be. I must sit down and observe because that's what I do before I jump into a conclusion that social media is feeding me. That's what I do. What do you do? Let's sit down and eat our food. I'll talk to you guys later. You guys have a great one. Rabbits out.